What they do, y'all. How y'all doing out there, tribe? Aces and Jewels.
Yes.
Hopefully you all had a productive week.
All right now.
As you can see, we back with another one.
Hello.
Hey, we back with not even a troubling topic. I was finna say trouble. Gonna get us in some trouble. But we're back with a keen topic today.
All right now.
Like it's gonna make you think outside of the box.
Hello. Facts.
So I'm finna say introduce yourself, T.
Hello. I can introduce myself. Hey, they call me T. Hey, okay.
So yeah, today's topic is actually we're gonna ask a question. What happened to being normal? Right. All right. What they do. This your boy DP.
This your girl T.
And we're the Geminis Gemz, representing for the Geminis across the world, giving our own Miami perspective.
For sure. So
you can follow us on all podcast platforms at Geminis-Gems.
Also follow us on Instagram, Geminis_Gems, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Geminis Gems.
Hey, make sure you like, follow, you comment, and you subscribe. Yes. And make sure when you type it in, it's Geminis with the S, Gems with a Z. And what we do, T?
Drop them gems.
Drop them gems. So we back.
Yes.
The question is, what happened to being normal? Right? So I'm let's set it up, right?
All right.
So,
let's go.
Normal. So you look on social media nowadays,
okay,
and you see this lavish type of lifestyle. Everyone is
trying to
show off.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
And I'm not going to talk about the ones that have it, because the ones that have it, you have it. Right. But I'm just talking about the people that are finessers or just want it so bad that they're doing the most.
Okay.
They're every three households has like over 10,000 of consumer debt. Right. Okay. So if you think about your house, the house next to yours, in that house, they have over $10,000 of consumer debt. Okay. The average person has like 8 credit cards. Right? So we are trying to, I guess, impress ourselves. We want nice things for ourselves, right? We want to live this lavish life. And I believe that we are in a time and age where normal it's like almost obsolete. Being average is beneath you, and you have to rise up to a standard or a place where it's like if you don't have it, you're not even appreciated, male and female. People won't even talk to you on your job because you didn't you didn't drive in the newest car. People don't even want to sit down and have lunch with you. And it always got to be something special, right? You got to celebrate every holiday that comes out so you can flex on the gram instead of just being normal, just having a dinner date and going to the movies. What? Going to the movies? Dinner date at Chili's? You get what I'm saying?
So boring.
Right? No, you better take me to a
take me to Houston.
Right, take me to a 5-star restaurant. Oh no, Houston is where we do lunch at. Oh, you get what I'm saying? So we are in this day and age where being normal is pushed to the side. And me personally, I believe that's why we are in the turmoil mentally, financially, because we are trying to make ourselves be bigger, walk bigger, talk bigger than we ought to. I think we exalt ourselves higher than we ought to, and we're putting ourselves on pedestals to make it seem like other people are beneath us. We have this celebrity mindset. That's what I call it. Where we think we are celebrities and we're not. iPhone, iTunes, right? You get all these eyes to think yourself that it's about you, and you neglect. There was a story that just came out of a mom. She's looking great on Instagram, right?
Okay.
On media. And she was neglecting her, I believe it was a 12-year-old and her 3-year-old, leaving them in impoverished conditions.
What?
While she goes out and flexes on the ground. So she, instead of trying to be a mother, right? normal, being a mother and providing for her kids in the best of her ability. She decides to flex as though she has it, leaving her kids at the house to fend for themselves. And this is not the first story. There was another story of a dad, I think it was the boyfriend and the mom. They're looking great on Instagram. But the kids, their older kids, was in impoverished conditions where they were chained up in the house.
Excuse me?
Yes, they were locked in the room in the house. And they had the handcuff markings on them because they hadn't eaten in a couple of days. You get what I'm saying? So for people to front on Instagram, social media, TikTok, and they're not doing what they're supposed to do as an adult. So that was because I'm talking slow so you all can hear what I'm saying. And in that, you have an idea. Like, you can create a thought, right? Like, is this really happening? Can you self-evaluate yourself to say, is even normal in now? Just being regular, is that too less than? Because being regular to me is, I would say, is the good thing. Being, let's say, up there in the clouds is the great thing. And everybody want to be great. We understand that. But being normal is still good. And it's great at the same time because you can spend more time with your kids.
Facts.
With your mate. With your friends. Go ahead, T.
So I just want to speak on what's my normal and what I remember, and I'm just go back to my childhood.
Okay.
So my childhood, I was blessed. So were you.
Yes.
And we still are.
Yes.
We had a mom and a dad in the same household.
Yep.
Most people, not everyone will experience that, but we were blessed to have a 2-parent household. So what was normal to me was the consistency that, and I think my mom and my dad, for being together, they could have left and, separated, came back. But it's just, as a child, I was able to learn from both parties. We went to church when we did.
Right.
Okay. My dad stayed in the kitchen cooking. Stayed outside doing the yard work. My mom stayed with the shopping and doing the mall errands. And, that was, to me, that was just normal. The kids go to school. Your friends came over. Hey, as long as y'all staying out, outside in the house and I can see you all, that was normal. It was a little competition, like who finna drive first. And, our normal back then was just, hey, you got your license yet? Like, that was normal. And it's just like, now fast forward, these teenagers that I love so dearly, it's more of what bag you have, the wigs, the eyelashes. Nothing I don't see that is successful. Nothing that, to me, in my opinion, is meaningful, that has no value, no purpose. I don't hear those conversations, teenagers trying to run. Hey, what's your GPA? What you got going on? You got your driver's license yet? Are you driving? Like, I don't hear those challenging conversations.
Right.
It's more of materialistic things that I give a rat crap about. And so what is normal to me is just growth. The things that we need is my normal. Not the things that we want, not the things that's mainly trending, not the finessing, not the what car you driving or what. Wait, listen, to me that's just irrelevant.
Right. So when you mentioned the cars, right? Nowadays they're probably like the teenagers. Oh, you ain't in a foreign.
Wait, you heard about you heard about the mom who blessed her child with a car for her 16th birthday. And then the child got upset with the mom because it wasn't a pink Mercedes. It wasn't the car that the daughter wanted. And plus, the mom gave her like $1,200 or whatever money on top of it. That's not the car that I want. And I don't want this. Excuse me? And you know what the mom did that I heard? She went and got her the car that she wanted. And it's just like, where
that the child wanted?
That the child wanted. The child was not appreciative. The child was not grateful.
Crazy.
So my thing is, what is the mindset of that mom for her to move the way she did for this unappreciative child to go get what the hell she wanted? I wish my daughter would. Before you could probably think of the first word coming out of your mouth, I'm already done. Like, and the mama went there, she went to go get her child that car that she wanted. That is not normal.
That is not.
Okay?
She probably had a lot to prove.
To who?
To the daughter. Or making up to the daughter. Because there's no way I can see myself giving my son something and then he's not being appreciative of it, and then I go take it back to get exactly what. First of all, that's a bill that you yourself could not afford.
16-year-old.
And then once the oil light comes on and any mechanical situation takes place,
Ain't maintenance, right?
You're not going to be able to take care of it.
Hello.
As a 16-year-old. But to impress, that's what I'm saying. We're in the day and age where everything has to be this. You have to have this impressionable print on individuals where you leave a mark. But mind you, social media is so microwavable, right? If that's a term.
It's going to be a term.
That, yes, it may happen today, but it's forgotten about tomorrow.
Just like that.
It has no weight. You're going to be either the laughing stock, of a situation, mom, and the daughter is going to be praised. But then you may bring on some unwelcoming challenges that comes with that, right? So just to get back on it, just trying to say that normal isn't relevant anymore is ludicrous to me. I believe that we should play a part in our lives to say it's okay for me to have a Toyota.
Facts.
Why? Because the car is really made to get you from A to B.
Hello.
To me, sometimes, you know what I used to think about, T? I'd rather have money in my bank account than sitting out there trying to impress somebody.
Hello. Facts.
You will have to come close to me, and I mean extremely close, to know what I have. I don't see myself flexing. Now, I would say this. If I do flex or big boy flex, it's only for the page. But it's nothing personal.
Facts.
Because I have nothing to prove to nobody.
Hello.
Years ago, me doing my job, I realized that, I can do all that. Flex and show what I'm doing, this, that, and the third. But nobody's going to show up when I'm sick at the hospital.
Facts.
You know who's showing up? My mom,
your mom,
my dad, my brothers, my sister. You get what I'm saying?
No.
Maybe a friend. Maybe.
I'm going to be there.
There we go.
I'm coming.
Stay with me.
Okay.
But I'm saying,
I got you.
Who's going to really show up?
Right.
And that's who matters. So If I'm big boy flexing, nobody's gonna show up. They're gonna show up to your funeral for sure. You know, just to see you in. They're gonna show up to the birthday parties because you turned up, you lit. But they're not showing up at the normal parts of life. You get what I'm saying? The nice little celebrations of self-accomplishments, they're not showing up to that because it doesn't benefit them.
Hello. And we all know that.
You get what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
So it's, to me, not to discredit the ones that have it. Right. Not to push them to the side. You got it.
Hey.
You flaunt it.
You work hard for it.
Hey.
Dude,
I agree.
Hello.
I'll drop a gem for
there
them.
you go.
You know, but for the ones that are regular, you know, the ones that are normal, I think it's a good thing. I want people to look at this, and me and T talked about this a little bit earlier. Most relationships, marriages, from my point of view, my social observation of what I have been around, I noticed that the normal the family is or the relationship is, with both people putting in, I noticed their relationship lasts for a long period of time.
Facts. And both parties have to put in. Give you 2 gems for that.
You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
But the ones that were very lavish, trips, houses, cars, bags, toys, right? You know, men got toys out here. You know, they cars, they jewelries, their watches and stuff like that. Once something happens, a little transgression happens, a little, you know, hiccup in the road of them being married, she leaves. She tries to take everything, right? He leaves. He tries to rebuild. They last shorter, not a long period of time. Not everybody, right? But the majority. Facts. You can literally see it because it's always publicized. So, to me, being normal is okay. Being normal that's what it is. I know someone that missed out on a party to celebrate with their friend because they had a expensive clothes party. So you had to wear Gucci.
Excuse me?
Yes. They wanted you to wear designer. They call it a designer party.
A designer party.
And I'm not going to tell y'all what type of party it was. It was an exclusive party too. But they missed out on celebrating with their friends, with a friend, because they didn't have the money to afford it, because they had bills to pay. And I couldn't believe that. So I miss out. I've been celebrating your birthday for the last 12 years. But because you wanted to have a designer party, nothing's wrong with that.
Nothing.
You get what I'm saying? But that shouldn't stop the one that could not. And this is the day and age that we're in, that people are not thinking about just having a normal relationship with the individual. Platonic relationships with their family members, with their friends, with their coworkers. Is wild out here. Go ahead, T. I done talk too much.
No, you're talking greatness. So I didn't want to interrupt, and I'm learning, right?
Right.
So more conversations that you said the word, when you said the word finesse, what came to my mind is that you could take a picture of whatever the fakeness is, if you have, mainly if you don't have it, right?
Right.
But
you could take a picture of the
you could take a
fakeness. I love that. I love that one.
You can take a picture of the fakeness, but I don't hear us having no social life with that. Meaning
meaningful.
Nothing meaningful.
Right.
If we doing less talking, which is that's not normal. So we doing more less talking now. More fake images. We going down. My normal see is doing what? My dad would talk. Because that's how you learn.
Facts.
Especially when your words are meaningful and positive and life lessons. Like, that's why my daughter say, Mommy, is this another lecture? Call it what you want.
Right.
But she's understanding me and I'm understanding her. But she'll see her mom doing less fakeness and more talking because that is the norm. So sadly, what those other kids had to go through to where the parents are doing more what? Fakeness images.
Facts.
Less talking because they chaining their kids up so they can be quiet. And that is just bizarre and it's heartbreaking. And for people to think that if you have that mindset of your more fakeness of your images, it's more valuable, and your money and your materialistic things is more of your core values in life, you and your family are failing.
Facts.
I'm not here to judge. I'm not here to say Miss T or DP, our lives are perfect. No, it's just to say, you know what? These are real conversations for everyone to put their mirror in front of them and be like, you know what? Let me evaluate myself. Let me see what's going on. Because the only thing that I know to do is to talk. Why you think Gemini Gemz, we here still talking? That's what we do.
Right.
And it's just like, so for the people who do more of this self images, you know, you're fake, but also they're selfish.
Facts.
So the new norm is to be selfish.
Facts.
The new norm is to finesse.
Finesse.
The new norm is to talk less. The new norm is to stay negative. To put a stamp on the reason, COVID happened with this, so now this, and the excuses more, less accountability. It's just more complaining, more nagging, more unhappiness. That is the new norm.
Facts.
So when someone like me, which is still normal, the old normal, I get still laughed at or picked on, but it's okay because I'm going to still walk in my shoes because at the end of the day, I'm going to still win. My normalcy of winning. Okay? And again, I encourage people to stay in this normal. Spend more time with your kids. Get closer to God, whatever that means for you. Go to work. Pay your bills. Your responsibility. Okay? The new norm is spend time with your family. The normalcy is call your grandparents. Ask them, hey, how can I help? Call that loved one that's in the hospital sick. Just be a help. Because the new norm is all about selfish. Listen, ain't nobody calling to help nobody. Ain't nobody calling to uplift nobody. Ain't nobody calling to pray for nobody. Everyone is on their self or me. And I'm like, I made a statement with my family. I said, people still go to the mall. The whole car laughed. You're the only one who don't go to the mall. It's like, I don't have nothing inside. I don't need nothing. I have everything that I need right now. If I need to go to the mall, I do the order shopping, whatever, online. But the mall was so packed still. I said, dang, people still go to the mall. I'm just out of it.
You talking about for Valentine's?
I'm talking about for whenever.
Oh, okay.
And that was the week of Valentine's. I took my family out.
Yeah.
You know, my dad's birthday was Valentine's Day. So, but it was crowded. And I'm just looking like, dang, what was going on? So I just encourage people to trust more. The new norm that I grew up was we trusted each other more. Now it's less trust. Nobody want to hear what you have to say. Oh, you want to know why? Everybody already know. They already got the answer key. They already know. So they're not even interested to see probably what the hell we got to say because they already know. But if you already know, trust me, your life will be better than what you are right now. So to me, you might think my life is boring. I laugh.
Let's speak on that real quick.
Let's speak on it.
Let's speak on being boring. And what is boring? Define that.
What is boring?
Not far as you.
Oh, okay. Oh.
I'm talking to
But I'm gonna answer to what the tribe might think boring. What boring is if you have less likes and followers. The boring is when you don't know my every move, so you thinking I'm not living because you don't see me post every day my every move. That's what's boring.
Facts.
And you know me, how we roll.
Yeah.
We move like a ghost.
Facts.
So just because you don't see my every move, don't think this one right here or us, period, we ain't living. Who? If you only knew.
Only if you knew.
So that's normal to us to move like a ghost.
Mm-hmm.
So why people can't just slow it down? It's good. I guess you got to put it out there, what you're doing. And, accomplishments is great and everything. Mm-hmm. But it's just like the normalcy is, and I challenge people, move like a ghost more. Mm-hmm. And I bet you'll probably get more things done.
Right. If you put your phone down.
Put your phone down. Open a book more.
I agree.
I told my girls, I said, why we didn't start a book club yet? All these books that I'm freaking reading, and I'm encouraging people. Guess what? They like, womp, 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 womp. That was my crew. What, T? I was like, this is a great read. I think we all need to get on this. Womp, womp, and womp.
I understand them, but... I understand them, though.
Why?
But to just piggy off of the boring, being boring. Being boring sometimes is good. Because that means you stay out of trouble.
Hello.
You're not always into some mess.
Hello.
I was in the store the other day. The lady done told her whole life story. Told her homegirl, I don't know who you got to unblock. Either you gonna have to unblock me or her, because I'm finna go in on social media.
Ooh. What happened?
So I'm assuming that the girl was talking about, I don't know exactly, but I heard singing. I heard that the other one is jealous. A mixture of just whatever was taking place, right? A mixture of confusion. That's what it sounded to me.
Okay.
And I and the guy that was at the counter, we were just shaking our head. I said, I only can imagine the stories you hear in here. You get what I'm saying? Because it's crazy that it's normal for you to get on social media instead of sit down and talk to the individual. That's neither that should neither be an option.
Oh, good.
If you have beef with the individual,
Right.
you should sit up there and talk to him, woman to woman, man to man. You get what I'm saying? Even woman to man to women.
That's too easy.
You get what I'm saying? If you have a disagreement, but if we're talking about, let's say, small things or minute situations, we should not address it face to face. Some things are not to be stated over the phone, right? Meaning even in text messages, because that gets totally confused.
Right.
Definitely not social media.
But why people express, they put emotions out on a platform?
Because we need an outlet, and I think that's where it comes down to. Social media is our outlet, which we understand. We're able to express how we feel.
Right.
But the reason why we choose to express, because we know we can type it and leave it alone and not have to worry about the response. And then once we look at the response, we have built ourselves up mentally to deal with the response at that time. But see, that's the thing. A lot of people don't want to have the situation be addressed right then and there. You get what I'm saying? They have to, let me just type it, post it, and I can put my phone down and run away. Then come back to it to see what people say.
But
and that's, to me, that's why we're weaker nowadays. Because we can't deal with the stress. We can't deal with the tension that comes with life. So, before you go off, I just want to talk about boring.
Okay.
Being boring, it depends on the level. You know what I'm saying? Boring can be just sitting on the couch not doing anything and watching TV all day. That's nothing.
Okay.
Being locked up in the house, that's boring. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But sometimes people boring, they take the far extreme of being bored. Boring to them is, and this is the normalcy that I'm talking about.
Okay.
Just like I said, going to Chili's for dinner. Oh, this is boring. This is not where it's at because this is not the popping restaurant. Your car is boring because you drive a Toyota. You get what I'm saying? And then you're not driving a foreign. Your jury is not up to par. You're boring. You didn't even have a conversation with me, but you just looking to judge and then get mad if I was to judge you. But you get mad even in, you know, a person, you looking at a person and a person telling you, like, listen, like, I'm not boring. My life is turned. But you wouldn't know because I didn't welcome you in my circle.
Facts.
Go off, T.
So I put the word price tag down.
Gotcha.
Because since you're thinking this image, one, I'm not a price tag.
Okay.
And most people could see others as a price tag based off what you just said.
I like
what
this
jewelry
analogy.
you wearing.
Yeah.
What shoes, your clothing, whatever. Listen, I am not a price tag. Number one, I am his child.
Okay.
Period.
Right.
So you can't touch a child of God. So that price tag that most might be thinking like you just called them out, guess what? We have no common interests.
Right.
And that's why those type of people are not in my circle. So y'all can stay over there and, you know, we keep our distance. That was the first one.
I was thinking about this. I watched some things on YouTube.
Okay.
You know, I just be having fun. Scrolling.
Go ahead.
So I had they have these pranks where guys will sit up there and have a foreign car. But they'll meet like maybe a baddie or, you know what I'm saying, average girl or whatever. And they'll walk up to her and try to holler at them. The girls always deny the guys. And it's crazy to me that just by me being confident enough to approach you, I always get shut down. Yes, you may like what you like. You may want what you want. That's fine. But if a guy has enough cojones to sit up there and approach you, give him some type of play. You know, now I saw one prank where the girl said, you have to pay to even talk to get my number. I was like, yo, it's wild. Like, this is wild.
Everybody putting a price tag on something.
You get what it says? Because that's what you made me think about.
Goodness.
So the guy will sit up there and holler at the girl, try to talk to her, and she'll deny him. But once he goes to his foreign car, she follows him over to the car. It's a prank, and these guys are winning because of that. They play different roles. One guy act like he was bored, he was homeless, and then got up and he walked by the girl, and the girl's like, "You can't afford me." She kept walking. Sometimes I think it's a setup, but then sometimes it's reality because I believe that. I seen guys get girls just off of the cars. I seen it. So he sit up there, he walks to the car, and then she follows him to the car and said, "Oh, is this your car? Can I sit in your car?" Mind you, just a minute ago,
you ain't pay me no attention.
Didn't even want to let me pump your gas. He'll do it at the gas station or maybe at a little open parking lot or something like that. And it's so funny to me that the woman, will sit up there and deny him like 30 times. And then the one time, once he walks away and say, "Okay, you know what? You have a nice day." He walks to the car. She follows him over, and then now she wants to be all in his grill, in his. "Oh, can you take me on a date in this car?" What they'll do, they'll sit up. "Oh, just drive. Let me drop my car off.
Excuse me.
Let me drop my car off. We drive in your car, and you take me to get something to eat, and you get play after that, just like that." And I watched the prank. That's why I believe that sometimes it's a setup.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then what I look at is what the girl is driving. And the man doesn't make no type of adjustment to say, well, okay, I'm not going to talk to you.
Right.
And then I end up talking to you. You get what I'm saying?
I got
like
you.
if you his type and you come and say something, man, that man folded. You know, and it's because men are not interested in what women basically bring to the table as far as like materialistic things. That's what I'm talking about. So materialistic things, no. We want the other things, the feminine, the you being feminine.
Yes.
And things of that sort. So playing that type of role, we are more attracted to. But then, you know, just going back to the whole prank and just knowing that it's crazy nowadays, a guy could not be normal to walk up and approach a girl and get the number. I'm going to say this too.
Go ahead.
No, I'm done. Go ahead, T. Go ahead.
So I put down conversations versus currency.
Okay.
And my normal is conversation.
Right.
So if we can do more talking, less with the price tag, I feel that there'll be more fun.
Well, okay.
Because we were still on the boring. So conversation, you get to know someone. You could grow. You know their thoughts. Have fun with that, right?
Right.
Now the gender role was the new normalcy. The whatever, that's the word. What's the new norm when it comes to gender roles? Females want to be more masculine than ever.
Facts.
And Jules, understand this answer key very simple. DP just gave y'all the answer key, but I'm gonna give you from the woman's voice and tone. Males want the opposite what they deal with every day.
Facts.
Which means they want a woman that is soft. They want to touch. They want to rub. They want to put them hands on you. So the gender roles now, you can't be masculine and also trying to find you a man too who's already masculine. It's just not a good match.
Right.
So the normalcy back then, look at our ancestors, look at our grandparents. Everybody back then knew their roles and what tasks to do and just stick with it. But the new normalcy now is most of us women, we got to have it all. Basically for the male to not even have a voice. For the male to feel like you don't need me, so why am I here? And so we have to learn and tap into that, you know what? Let that man be the man. Meaning, if he failed that first task, I love my man. We had a leak in the roof. Baby, I got it. Go ahead. The first try, it rained again, maybe the next day or 2 days later, still leak. Baby, I'm going to go up there and do it again. I'm going to do it. Guess what? I was taught, let him do it again. And after that second try, guess what? It got fixed.
Yep.
So that's what I was taught and built to do. Like, keep encouraging him. Hey, what else you need? Hey, I'm your cheerleader. Let him lead. And that's another thing. What's the new normal? It's a lot of followers. If we had more leaders, we won't be worrying about who following each other. And then if you following the wrong path or you following the wrong team or tribe, guess what? You going to a dead end. So if the parents and the adults, we all following, so what you leading your family with? What is your mindset that you have going on for yourself? But again, we're talking about what happened to being normal.
Right.
And so what happened to being normal is I encourage people to be more leaders. That was in my upbringing, leaders.
Right. So, as well as with the leading part, and people following, I agree. I concur with you all the way. There's individuals that's what we're learning nowadays, just to learn how to follow. where anything that is thrown our way, we just follow behind what we see. And then we have no direction. You know, and so what used to be normal was if it didn't make sense, we not following down that path. You know, and we have to, like I always say, we got to do the paradigm shift. Like you have to switch our mindset to stick for us, like be selfish for self, for others. You know, to fight for others. You know what I'm saying? So I'm selfish because I know I'm looking out for my family.
Facts.
So I know I can't go down this path.
Yes.
You know, but that's not what's normal. I was watching, I was chilling. And I was chilling with someone. And I end up watching, she wanted to watch this. She wanted to go back in the days and watch some Comet View.
Okay.
And we end up watching it on YouTube and stuff like that. And we had a good time just laughing.
Yes.
You know, just bawling out, just rolling on the floor. And, oh, that was a good joke. And that used to be the joke we used to use. And we was looking in the audience. And I mean, as, you know, they were filming. I looked in the audience and I saw how petite the women were back then. Without all of the makeup.
Oh, my goodness. Yes.
How even the men were dressed. Back then, in comparison to now.
Oh, MG.
You know, even showing respect to one another, and you can see it. It wasn't trying to prove something to someone else. It was really having a good time. People came out to have a good time.
Versus how the hell, what price tag I'm walking with.
Not just that, but they wasn't in their phones.
Facts.
You know, now they have to tell the audience, don't get in the phone. Don't take out your phone.
Enjoy what you paid for.
The show.
Enjoy what you paid for.
You get what I'm saying? And I get it. You know, you want to record moments of your life.
You gotta tell everybody you at the show now. Gotta take the picture so you can tell everybody you there.
Right. So that's fine. You know, before and after. But I'm talking about during.
Yeah.
You know, they were sitting down and they were in tune. We're so out of tune to just regular. We're so out of tune in our own atmosphere. We are so connected to our phone. I had to tell myself the other day, Dwayne, get out your phone. This is trouble.
It is trouble.
Where you could get so caught up into it, you are an hour into your phone.
Dang.
That you done wasted an hour looking at. Let me tell you something, and I don't know if other people are experiencing this. I'm in my phone so much to the point the redundancy is prevalent. It's the same thing is playing over and over in my phone. I don't know if it's because of a glitch, but it's nothing new. So if I stroll up, let's say 5 videos, it's playing a video I just seen like 2 months ago. 2 weeks ago or 2 days ago. Right? So I'm like, yo, that's how much I'm in my phone. The redundancy is so prevalent that it's just popping up. It's the same thing. I just finished watching this.
Right.
And again, I don't know if it's a glitch, you know, in the system, or it's showing me that the algorithm isn't picking up nothing new.
That's why I wanted to say so do you also think that it could be so much content now that the phones, the devices, the platforms, so many adding so much creativity, how can we see all?
Okay.
Say it's millions on millions of millions of profiles on TikTok. You're not able to see whoever say out of the million, say 500,000 people uploaded something every day. Your phone is not set up to see all of the new posts.
Well, they try to make the algorithm where you are seeing the new posts. Where even the stuff that you missed out, let's say somebody posted something 7 o'clock and you just got on your phone probably like, let's say 10 o'clock or in the afternoon.
Okay.
And now you start to stroll. Like, you just missed the whole 4 hours of stuff. But what they do is you'll see the 4 hours of stuff that is more, the hour of stuff that's more recent than the 4 hours ago. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's what's taking place with far as the algorithm. But what I'm saying is I'm on the phone so much that as I'm strolling, is no new content coming to my phone.
I want to know other people go through that.
I don't know. And I thought it was very interesting because it showed me that, you know, I have to break away from the phone because the normal is when I go, like, let's say I go to the restroom or I'm sitting on the couch and my phone is just there and I have nothing to do. Even when I'm doing my homework, I'm sitting up there and I grab my phone and then I end up clicking on the wrong thing. I went in there for a message, end up clicking on my social media, but that's what it's doing now. You know, and what happened to just like, I'd rather text than actually talk. I love to talk, but I'd rather text.
Why?
Because being in my phone is more important. Like, I don't, and I believe this. I believe that we're so involved with ourselves that we'll rather, like, even if we're talking on the phone, we still not paying attention to what they're saying. We'll rather be in our phone doing something that we want to do, that we won't even listen to the conversation that we're having on the phone. That's why you saying talking more is not what's prevalent, right? It's not all the way around. You know, it's not you. Like, I had AJ on the show and he was saying how at the dating table, they're in their phone.
That's crazy.
And there's no conversation being had.
That's crazy.
And to me, that should not be.
Right.
Where it should be a point in time where now we have more to talk about because we have so much information.
Right.
But we probably don't know how to express ourselves.
That too.
And the only way we express ourselves is through someone else saying something and then we post it and say, that's how I feel. We don't even know how to form our own words.
We need to get our voice back individually.
I agree on that one.
That's what we need to do.
It's not out there. Well, that's what we need to do, but we do not do it. We don't try to do it. We don't strive to do it. We don't. I was telling myself the other day, I need to be reading books.
Yes.
Sit down and read a book instead of watching TV. You see my books right there on the side?
Yes.
I need to read it.
Yes.
I got it.
I encourage you to.
But I should.
Yes.
Put the phone down.
Yes.
I remember last semester I had some homework and I had to catch up. And I was so, into just knocking down this homework. Bam, 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 bam. So I knocked it down. My phone alerted me that I was like 20% less screen time.
Hello.
I was like, wow.
Hello.
That you are not even in your phone as much as you used to be. And it notified me that I was doing that. Because I couldn't be in my phone. I had to bust down to work.
Hello.
So that shows me that I need to. And I know this not just for me, but as well as other people.
Right.
But it's me. We should not be in our phone as much. We should be doing the things that we're supposed to be doing.
Hello.
Right? Advancing ourselves. We wonder why we 3-4 years behind or 10 years behind because we're not pushing to make the moves.
No.
We should be making, especially as we're growing up to be adults, we should be making moves, right? We should be getting up in the morning and knocking down, some of these errands.
Hello.
Business moves and making decisions.
Those
learning
conversations
stuff.
needs to be made.
And what about meeting up to have conversations too?
Facts.
To learn from each other. Having personal conversation. I love the FaceTime thing where you can do the group FaceTime.
Yes.
That's good. But what about just taking technology out of it and doing it normal? Having a normal conversation. People don't even know how to form a sentence to talk to each other.
Hey, what about cooking?
I agree.
Cooking is the norm. Well,
no, it's not.
That was back then.
Right.
That was back then.
Right.
That was back then.
I was telling myself that today. I need to cook. I need to cook.
Get in that kitchen and cook.
I don't disagree.
I was telling my mom why we don't have a nursery in the backyard to where we growing our own plants. Anything with a seed in it.
Speaking of that, my mom and I went to the house, and she had planted 2 mango trees.
Hello, mommy.
The mango seeds.
Okay.
And those trees have grown.
Hello. Yes.
She's like, wow, these are some big man.
Yes.
She's like, man, from the seed,
yes.
it grew this.
Hello. Yes.
What about that?
But why they told us to cut the trees down back in when we were younger? You remember we all had the orange trees, the grapefruit trees, all whatever, lemon trees.
Well,
but they told us to cut them down. Why?
There's a theory behind all of that, but because they want us to buy. They don't want people to have their own nursery. And that's why. Because then you don't buy from the store. You just go and pick out your own. You know, and that's all a mechanism for people to stay within a certain, move a certain way. Okay. It's the following. that takes on with that. I got something to say too.
Come on.
Real quick. What happened to us, and you mentioned this earlier, us visiting our grandparents, our parents, sitting down and just doing a puzzle with our kids, sitting at the dinner table.
Yep.
How did your week go? Put the phone away and just have a regular conversation. Turn off the TV and really have a heart-to-heart.
Facts.
As far as relationship building with individuals, inviting the friends over to barbecue, which I think we're doing that more.
Yeah,
I've been seeing, especially around my neighborhood, kids coming outside to play. The other day I was throwing the football to one of the youngest that's in my what's his name, just because. Yeah. And the little guy was so excited.
Oh, he had somebody to play with.
Well, not that.
Okay.
It was the interaction of just me just throwing the football.
Right.
You know.
Gotcha.
And, you know, we don't have that no more.
Nope.
You know, whether dad's, I don't see it. Whether dad's is on the block but throwing the football, being both sides quarterback, being all quarterback. You know, with the kids. Like the other day I had to tell the little jits, hey, don't cross the street. Not saying that we're not doing it, but it's not as prevalent.
Right.
You know, we don't see it like that. Spending time more with the kids. Your own kids. The other day I was at the store. Matter of fact, last night I was at the store, and you saw the dad. I believe that was the dad and the son. The son just came and hugged his dad. You know, and it's like, this is what we need to see more of. You know, and I think the mom was in the car. You know, I wasn't paying too much attention. It's just when I looked up, I happened to see it. And I was like, man, that's amazing.
Right.
You know, yeah, we could be on the blog, we could be rolling, we could do whatever we do. Yes. But are we taking time to just do the right thing by? Grandma shouldn't have to call for you to come over because she needs something done.
Facts.
Right? But you just go over there just off of, you know, hey, how you doing? What's going on?
Right.
My granddad, I went to go see him the other day. He's like, man, I appreciate you just coming by.
Yeah.
And they are always forgotten. Like, you can't say you family oriented and you don't go visit your family.
Facts.
How are we building the next generation as well as ourselves? You know, and why is this not normal anymore? Why are family leaving their families in nursing homes and don't go visit them but months at a time, but waiting for that check?
That responsibility, it's not fun. People nowadays is chasing their fun.
I agree.
So if it's not a part of their fun, you're going to, whatever that is, will be in the back burner. So mother I know mentally is going through it. And sadly, I heard she have this rash on her ass because she's not able to wash herself. But where are Where's the family? And sadly, and I said this, I was like, hopefully I don't want this person to go home to him no time soon, but I bet you everybody will be there when that check comes.
Facts.
So now all of a sudden a passing of a loved one just happened and you go get that check. So now you finna take some more of those fake images. That's what all that's going to do is boost up those images.
That's it. We do it for the likes. That's the normal.
But that's not a core value.
Facts.
And I told my kids, and these conversations I said, let me share my core values with you. And I have a 5-year-old. He'll sit there and listen because you have no choice. Probably don't know what the heck I'm talking about. But that teenager I said, my core values, 1, I want to help others. I want to bless others. Okay? And it's like, what is wrong with those two? Nothing. So you help, you bless, and you uplift. And you have to do this every day. Everything is not about financial money. No, not all the time. But just like you said, being that person's ear, spending time with someone, fixing something around their home, wiping their own behinds if the elderly can't even do it. But again, we on this self. And that's selfishness bores the hell out of me. That's what bores me. If you still talking about yourself and what you only got going on, and I don't hear you saying my 3 core values, that bores me. Instantly, guess what? That's a turn off. We have nothing to talk about because as adults, we can't change adults.
Right.
I can't shake you or put a gun to your head. Have the same core values as me. It's the right way. That's a waste of my damn time and energy for me. I ain't got time for it. So instantly, if I don't hear you helping someone else, you're uplifting someone else, or you're blessing someone else, guess what? Automatically, we have nothing to talk about.
But also to add, just going to church, getting up, going to church.
But DP, why people don't go? Please put the main reason why you hear people don't go to church. What's the main reason why you hear people don't go to church?
Well, people say because people in the church are flawed. That's one. It's funny to me because, I have my theories. I have my beliefs. It's people in the world flawer, if that's a term.
It's going to be a term that we created now.
You get what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you would rather not deal with flawed people when you're already going to deal with flaw to another magnitude. People in the world is worse, are worse than the ones in the church. At least you can see it. You can know where it's coming from.
Facts.
But then out there in that world, you don't know how that thing is coming.
You don't know what angle is coming.
You get what I'm saying? So that's just my perspective on that. Outside of the convenience, individuals want to have. We live in a time where the phone is our source, where we could just be literally laying down, looking at our phone and feel like we're involved. But we miss the personal interaction.
Facts.
Fail not to assemble yourselves, right? And there's a reason for that. You need to see your brother physically.
Facts.
To know how to tighten up. So that's why I believe that, going to church is important.
Yeah.
Now, going to the park, going to the beach.
Yes. Earthly things.
You get what I'm saying?
Go fishing.
Go fishing.
I want to go fishing so bad.
I don't.
I do.
No, I'm saying I don't do the fishing thing.
Oh, I want to go.
You get what I'm saying? But I do other things outside of the fishing. And I would never discredit or knock it. I do agree with it because that's a hobby that people love to do. And I love to see it.
Facts.
Because that's, like you said, an earthly thing to do. And not just that, but go outside. Smell the fresh air. Well, polluted fresh air. Right?
Right.
Where we're not just so cooped up in the crib. I had to tell my old boy, like, stop just laying down. This is not what life is about.
Facts.
Living in this comfortable place
Right.
of dormant.
Right.
No interaction, but the TV is on. That's nothing. You need to see cars moving. You need to smell or see the accident that just transpired.
Right.
Or see the neighbors just fussing. You know?
Hello.
To help you appreciate just the small things in life. We don't even appreciate the small things in life.
Look at that 16-year-old. Hell, she ain't appreciate her mama getting her a car.
Facts.
That's just bizarre.
But then people don't even think about the fact that they're still breathing. And
the most
that's
appreciative thing.
You get what I'm saying? So not just the fact of breathing, but the fact that you can still have all activities of your limbs.
You could do a bowel movement by yourself.
And we take these things for granted.
Hello.
These things are normal.
That's normal.
In survival. Just living.
Hello.
That's why I say it's a good thing.
Yeah.
Being normal, being able to breathe and use the activities of your lips, not being blind. Somebody just went blind last week. Wishing that they could turn back the hands of time to revert what just transpired in their life. Somebody just lost their life as we're speaking.
Hello.
Even as you're listening.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying? So there's things that are transpiring. Some, like I used to tell my coworkers, it's crazy how you and I can just be sitting up here talking, having a conversation, and somebody literally is dying.
Yeah.
The time has passed. We just got the call.
Yeah.
That when I was just talking to my coworker, we were just joking about something. Somebody was losing their life. We take for granted the normal.
The normal.
We take it for granted. That's why I live in this superficial, high profile, celebrity type of life. Isn't celebrities wish they can be normal.
Right. They just doing it just for their paycheck.
Right. They wish they could be normal, but they understand what comes with that.
Right.
Some of them don't. They love it.
Yeah.
You know? And that's what I'm saying. Like, at the end of the day, being normal is great.
Hello.
Good.
Yes.
You know, it's a great way to be. You know, just getting up. Like, sometimes when I pray, I say, I thank God that I'm able to walk out of my house, drive my car to the store.
There you go.
Being able to pay for this, thank God for it.
Thank you.
You know,
Thank you.
And I don't take it for granted where I don't appreciate him for it.
Right.
Now, sometimes I do. I'm the man. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, that better not have happened to me. Right.
I got you.
That comes with a humbling pill at the same time when I stump my toe. You know, hit my toe against the whatever it may be. The tile, you know, the corner wall, you know what I'm saying? Or I end up hitting my knee. I was like, man.
That pain come through, huh?
Like, yeah.
Oh, wake you up.
I was putting on my shoes the other day, and I ended up hitting my knee on the table. Oh, man. I had to stand up and walk it off.
Now walk it out. Now walk it out. Walk it out.
You get what I'm saying?
I got
so
you.
it's just being even able to see other individuals. When I walked in the house and I saw your mom, and I was like, hey, it's just that, just able to see her again.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
And we don't know what people going through and how things are happening or transpiring.
Facts.
But just to see people is good.
Facts.
That's normal.
So my daughter is on a gospel retreat right now.
Okay.
With the church. And a teenager, honestly, you think when they initiated with the conversation and flyers came out, you think she was excited? No. But she's on a retreat right now, and every text message she say is, thank you for bringing me here. Thank you for allowing me to come. Thank you for telling me to come. Because I'm not asking, oh, do you want to go? No. It was a conversation. Pack your things. You're going this weekend. Get ready. Have an open mind. Get closer to him. Enjoy. And she said the people are there. It's loving. She said she has so many people already praying over her, felt that she wants to be an entrepreneur. Mommy, how do they know I want to be an entrepreneur? I said, it's all God. Enjoy the experience. And while on the retreat, they do take their cell phones for the time when they have those what is it? The meetings or whatever activities they having. Yep. They say, hey parents, you're not going to hear from your kids for this a period of time, because they want them to be intensive. They want them to be focused on the meaning while we're here.
Right.
And it's like, take the phone, take these devices away. And it was so heartwarming to know that she is enjoying her time as we speak right now. And I never heard my child tell me so many thank yous in a week, let alone in these 2 days. And I'm like, yes. That's all him, DP.
Right.
That is all him. And it's like, get your kids closer to him. That was also the normal. That was the normal back then for us.
The church.
Drag our behinds. Even my parents didn't take them. All of us took me.
Mm-hmm. The neighbors across the street. All of us were like, get ready. The van is coming. Mm-hmm. Mommy, Dad, do I have to go? You heard all of us. Get ready. And guess what? Me and my sister and I, we went with the Olivers. New Way Fellowship. Mm-hmm. All up in there, okay? Mm-hmm. Even though my parents, they were like, y'all go. We stay home, y'all go. But they still made us go. That's the thing. We give our kids options. Too many options. What you want? Let me not go that far because I give my kids options. So bring that back. Go ahead. Because I'm about to jump on.
I had to shut it up. I'm about to start contradicting myself. Hold on now.
Right.
But for the good reasons. But just real talk.
Yeah, no doubt.
Nene, thank you for trying, girl. That shout out for you. Thank you for enjoying your retreat. And I can't wait till you tell mommy how it was. But that's what we own over here.
Right. So,
go ahead.
just being normal to me.
That's normal.
What
I just said. My baby at a retreat. That's normal.
Well, enjoying life. With other people is, as well. And that's what we need to go back to. And I want to say this.
All right.
Going out to have a good time.
Yes.
And being around good energy and stuff like that. I noticed that the most expensive places, they are in style, or they're in place for a season. And Miami quit to let you know that you ain't popping no more. I'm telling you, they let you know, hey, y'all doing the most. We ain't coming back no more. And the places that stay consistent are more the inexpensive places where you can be normal.
Hello.
Those are the most turned up spots.
Less judgment spots.
You get what I'm saying? Hello. So when you come there, you can, I ain't saying being ghetto now, right? Or just not caring. But when you go a particular spot, you can have a good time, and create memorable moments in certain conditions. And the most expensive spots, because of the consistent of how much you have to pay,
right?
Those spots become lame. Now, I ain't talking about restaurants. I'm talking about outside of that.
Yeah.
But I learned that just people watching and going certain places at certain times. And it's like, wow, this spot never fails. It's always a great time at this spot. But then these spots, it'd be like, man, this is how much for the
hell yeah,
for the drinks. Like, okay, I'm drinking water.
Listen, my old school spot that's still popping, just to give y'all a spot. I don't want to see all y'all there now. I'm going to share it. But it's called the V. Okay? Old school. Okay? DP probably like, ugh, I don't know. But let me tell you, my style is the V in Hollywood.
Okay.
Google it. Check it out. When I mean, it's like, it is what it is. It brings consistency. It's affordable, and you're going to walk away with a great time.
Okay.
And if you want to dance, listen, the V is not for you to look cute and sit down. These old, grown, wiser people, they on the dance floor sweating, everybody dancing with everybody. The drinks are affordable, and you still looking good.
Let me say this.
Go ahead.
I saw someone post a picture, a video. I think it was on their TikTok.
Okay.
They was talking about how spots are made only now for you to flex. It's only about buying the sections and stuff like that. They don't even have dance floors in particular spots.
The V does, y'all.
You get what I'm saying? And now you missed out on having a great time. And you don't even know how to socialize. Not saying you don't know how to dance or anything like that, but what I'm saying is that you don't have a life experience.
Yeah, you don't walk away with no experience.
But you
just spent your money.
You just spent your money. Facts, T. I dropped one up. That was a good one, T.
Hello.
So, as she was explaining, it's no places full of love. And it's crazy to me that nowadays is about the flex. It's not, you can't even get on the dance floor and just have a good time.
Man, at the Vida.
I get that.
I know.
But
yes,
just outside of that, far as younger people's spots.
Right.
It's none of that. You just got to sit on the table and then maybe stand up in your little pocket.
Take a little picture.
So you miss out on having a great experience. And why is that such a norm now where we have to get sections? Not even stand on the dance floor and dance with each other. They're filling it up with tables and chairs for people to sit down so they can get down. Instead of having a dance floor.
They want you to buy the drinks.
And I understand they're in business to make money.
That's it.
But also too, you're in business to create an experience.
Yeah. And returning customers.
And that's what happens. That's why I believe particular spots always win because they cater to their audience.
Hello.
Where you can always have a great time.
Hello.
So so you got anything else to say, T?
I think being normal is having a great time.
Okay.
And walking away with an experience. And all the above that we said. And that's all I'm going to say.
So being normal is the new flex. I'm saying. Boo. I'm saying that being normal, being normal.
Okay.
Based upon our topic, being normal is the new flex. That's the new lit. Just being able to spend time with your family and different things like that. Okay. You should be able to. That should be the norm. Yeah. And that should be what we talk about.
Yes.
So I'm your boy DP.
Hello.
This is my girl T.
Hey.
And we Gemini Gemz.
Yes.
There's Geminis with the S. Gems with the Z. And what we do, T.
Hey, they know what we do. We drop
them gems.
See y'all.
All right, y'all. Y'all take care.
Bye.
All right.